All right, what is up, everybody? This is Daniel Barrett here from AdWordsNerds.com. How are you? First of all, hope you're having a wonderful day. Second of all, I want to talk about helpful marketers. Helpful marketers. Now, I am a helpful marketer. I do marketing for real estate investors. I think I'm very helpful. I put out a lot of content. I help people all the time. People hit me up one-on-one and I'll jump in and I'll walk through their accounts and do all this stuff for free every single day. Being helpful is the way to be. But there is almost nothing as dangerous to your business's livelihood than a helpful marketer. Okay. And there's a couple reasons, but I want to dig into two real quick that very specifically have to do with real estate investing. And that is one, a completely misaligned incentive on the part of the marketer. And then two, the nature of real estate investing specifically. So let's dig into this. First of all, it's the misaligned incentive of the marketer. If you are a helpful marketer and you're reaching out to someone and saying, hey, I'm happy to do an audit for you. Hey, I would like to look at your account and tell you what you can fix. Okay, totally cool. I get this. I've done this. This is an approach to marketing that's as old as time. All right. But the problem is the incentive for the marketer is to find things to fix, because what they want, the end result, the incentive that they're looking for, right? They want your business. So what they're going to do is say, hey, I noticed these things over here that were wrong. I can help you fix them. So you should work with me. That's the whole idea, right? And again, there's nothing wrong with this, but you have to understand that there is an incentive there to find the thing that is broken so that the investor needs you to fix it. Now, the way you get around this, right? And you really can't get around this, but the only way to do this ethically as a marketer is to do the kind of audit where you can say, hey, you don't need me. And in fact, when we've done audits, we do audits when people request them. We don't reach out to people and say, we'll do audits. But when people request audits, lots of the time, we end up saying, stay with your current team. We say it all the time. One, because I don't need the business. So it's no skin off my nose. I don't need the business. More than enough room in this industry from more than one company, right? And then two, that's how we're building trust, right? If I constantly going to look for a problem to try to solve, then I'm not being transparent. I'm not being 100% honest. So that's just the incentive thing. I think you get it. The other thing that's much harder to appreciate and much harder to understand if you're not in this field is the extent to which investing is special. Now, there are all these industries and, like plastic surgeons, and I've done work for all over the place, restaurants and pizza places and hospitals and naturopathic doctors, and like literally all these industries I've done work in. And every industry thinks they are special, right? Every industry, every business thinks they're the special snowflake where it's not going to work in my industry, or it's different in my industry, or my industry works totally differently. Everyone says that. It's never true. It is true for investing. It is true for investing over and over and over again. What you'll find is that if you just Google, for example, like SEO tips, or you Google PPC tips, and you get all the best practices for what people typically do for search engine optimization or pay-per-click marketing, whatever you do, you get all the list. Most of that stuff doesn't work like you'd expect it to work in real estate investing. It doesn't work. It works for everybody else. It doesn't work for investors. Why is that? I have my ideas. I don't want to get too much into the technical details, but there's a lot of stuff going on in real estate investing that makes it unique. Regardless, all you got to remember is that for investors, it's a little different. So what ends up happening is that people come in and they say, for example, this just happened to me. This is why I'm making this video, right? Someone comes in and say, hey, I noticed that you don't have, you've only got 100 keywords in your AdWords account. I'm making up the number, but you've only got 100 keywords. My AdWords account has over 1,000 keywords. Okay. All right. Interesting point. And in many industries, that makes a lot of sense. If you're selling shoes, yeah, have 1,000 keywords. Every possible shoe type, every possible shoe design, every possible shoe size makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. But in investing, doesn't work. Doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? More than 95% of all search traffic in PPC is going to a very small number of keywords. Secondly, the long tail keywords inside real estate investing are so random that they typically only get 1 to 2 to 3 searches a year. So the way that you go after those searches in real estate investing is not by having 1,000 different ones. It's by using the right kinds of broad keywords to get everything that you need and using your bid strategy to drive down the cost. Now, whatever. If you understood what I just said, great. If you didn't, it doesn't matter. All that you need to take away from this is the fact that it's different in real estate investing. And the only reason I know it's different, because I didn't know when I started. I did what everybody else did, which is you learn online, you learn by doing with other industries and get into real estate investing. The only reason I know that it doesn't work is because I've done it. I've tried it hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. We've spent millions of dollars testing everything. Not everything. That's not true. No one's tested everything, but we've tested a lot of stuff. And I can tell you what people think works doesn't actually work a lot of the time. And this is the problem with the helpful marketer. The helpful marketer is going to come to you and say, hey, you're supposed to have 1,000 keywords. That's what I learned on that tutorial I watched on YouTube. They said you got to do 1,000 keywords. You got to do 1,000 keywords, man. And the problem is all that's going to do is spend a bunch of your money and it ain't going to generate a deal. Now, the only reason I know that, again, is because I've done it. So here is the way you figure this out, right? You say, have you tested this with real estate investors in my market? And if the answer is no, what they're doing is guessing. That's it. That's it. Now, I'm not saying it's always going to work. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying any of that. And I'm certainly not saying these marketing people are trying to be shifty or whatever. I don't think that's the case. But you got to know. You got to know that one, their incentives are not your incentives. And two, real estate investing, it's just different. It is just different. And the only way you figure this stuff out, of course, you work with someone like me. Now, the only way you work someone out is by doing it. It's by experience. Okay? So let me know if you have any questions. As always, you want to talk to me, you want to talk to my team, you can hit us up at motivatedsellerleads.com. It's motivatedsellerleads.com. Hit me up. I'd love to talk with you. This is Daniel Barrett signing off. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.